There we go. What is up, everybody? Today we are ranking Rocket's hero cards. His hero pack, the cards that come in his little kit. We have 17 cards to rank. We rank the hero and alter ego as well. And note, these are my own opinions, and I took all these cards through all 4 aspects against, who was it? Crossbones. So these cards are based off that encounter, meaning that some cards may be better in other encounters or other scenarios. So please take that into consideration when listening to this. All right, let's jump into it. Hero side is going to be a 4. They're mostly always a 4. I got sneeze. It's coming up. Rocket Raccoon 2/1/1 hero. Told you. Hand size 5, hit points 9. He's a guardian. Murdered you. Response: after you deal excess damage to an enemy, draw 1 card. So this is not once per phase or once per round. This is anytime you do excess damage to an enemy. So he really likes minions. Or if you have the villain down pretty close, because that's still excess damage, even though it flips. I mean, you're still technically defeating him. Moving on to Alter Ego. Where is that? Alter Ego is also a 4. Rocket Raccoon 3 recovery. Genius Outlaw Tinkering action. Choose and discard a tech upgrade you control. Draw 2 cards. Limit once per round. So this is once per round. Now this is a great card, especially if you do tech heavy into your deck. Then you can constantly discard it and draw 2, especially if you're about to run low on some of his cards that have counters on it. If there's one more counter and you can't increase it for whatever reason, this is a good time probably just to put it in the trash. Not trash, discard pile. And then draw 2. Okay, moving on to, what is it? I've got a plan. I always have to see what these look like. I've got a plan. This is his thwarting card. It is one that I actually don't like very much, at least during this encounter. 1 cost event. I've got a plan. Hero response: after you make a basic thwart using thwart, ready Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon gets +1 thwart while in hero form until the end of the phase. So basically, comes in with what, 2 thwart already? That's his highest ability, basic power. His highest basic power. And I don't know, I didn't really use this card except maybe to ready him. I don't really need to take care of the thwart like that. That's why it's a 1. It's a 1 cost event. So you basically, if you thwart for 2, you can thwart again for 3 more. So you can thwart for 5 for 1. Think about it that way. But I don't really like the card. I don't really like the card that much. So that's why it's a 1. Moving on to reload. Reload is a 3. Ready each tech upgrade you control, 1 cost event. So if you have a good number of tech upgrades up there with counters still on them, play this card, you can ready them up again. So you basically, if you're built out, you can deal but load of damage. That's why that's a 3. And then I'm going to say this one, Schadenfreude. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anywho, this is a 4. 2 cost event hero action. Until the end of the turn, heal 2 damage from Rocket Raccoon each time you deal any amount of damage to an enemy. It's a strength or physical resource. This is a great card, especially if you know you can deal damage from different deal damage from different sources. Sources like his upgrades and weapons. So that's, especially if you're real low and you have that. I believe I used this twice, maybe 3 times during my games to bump him back up when he was really low. Great card, love it. Love to see it when I'm built up. Otherwise, it's not that great. Salvage, all right, salvage. Salvage is another 4. There are what, 2 of these? Yeah. After you spend this card, put a tech upgrade from your discard pile on top of your deck. So resource cards with and a pack usually rank up pretty high, but this one's a 1 wild already, and you since Rocket wants to discard his tech upgrades to draw more cards in Alter Ego, this is a way to get it back on top of your deck, so you're going to draw it next turn. Or if you do it a different way, like you play this to play something, to put a card on your deck, and then you discard another tech upgrade so you can get that right away. Either way, moving on to Battery Pack. Battery Pack. I have it called Battle Pack on my head. Battery Pack is a 3. 1 cost upgrade, it's an item tech, enters play with 2 charge counters on it. Exhaust Battery Pack. Move a charge counter from this card to another tech upgrade you control. So this is what I was referring to if you could discard a tech upgrade with 1 counter on it. If this was not out there, I would discard it to draw 2 cards in Alter Ego. If this was out here, I would use this to add another one on there, especially if it's like a rocket launcher or was it plasma cannon? Particle cannon. So yeah, this is a very good card to keep your weapons out there for a longer duration too. Cybernetic Skeleton. Cybernetic Skeleton is going to be a 3. You plus 3 hit points while in hero form. Rocket Racoon gets +1 attack, which is really good. So is a 3 hit points because he's real low. 9 bumps up to 12. Give him endurance. He's at 15. That's a good combo, I think. Gives him +1 attack, which is 2 attack. It's better than 1, that's for sure. But I think having both of these is why it's a 3. I move on to Particle Cannon. Particle Cannon. This one, Particle Cannon, is a 4. 3 cost upgrade, so pretty spendy. Tech weapon restricted. Enters play with 2 charge counters on it. Attack exhaust Particle Cannon and remove 1 charge counter from it. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. This attack gains overkill and range. So this is a good card to get rid of minions, which allows you to draw another card because if it's excess damage, and deal the villain because of overkill. And you can also use it just to deal 4 damage to the villain if there's no minions out there. So still a pretty good card. That's why that's all the way up there at the 4. Now we are moving on to Rocket Launcher, which is a 3. Rocket Launcher restricted. Enters play with 2 charge counters on it. Hero action, exhaust this, and remove 1 charge counter from it. Choose a player, deal 2 damage to the villain, and each minion engaged with that player. Strength, physical resource. Another very good card. Not only does it do 2 damage to the villain, and it deals 2 damage to each minion engaged with that player. Good way to knock out a bunch of toughs. I think it was actually, I used it when Crossbones had guard on him and a tough, so I was able to knock off the tough and deal damage to the guarded minion. Because it's not even an attack, so it works. It works. Rocket's Pistol. Rocket's Pistol, there's 2 of these. This is going to be a 3. One cost upgrade Rocket's Pistol, restricted enters play with 3 charge counters on it. Hero action attack. Exhaust Rocket's Pistol and remove 1 charge counter from it. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. I think that one cost with 3 counters for 2 damage is 6 damage before you throw this away. This is pretty good. I enjoy it, especially if you have 2 out there. That's 4 damage, possibly up to 12 in 3 rounds. 12 damage in 3 rounds. Pretty good. Pretty good. Thruster Boots, last card. Thruster Boots is actually a 2. 1 cost upgrade Thruster Boots. While in hero form, Rocket Racoon is +1 thwart and gains aerial trait. +1 thwart puts him up to 3 thwart, which is pretty good. And with that, playing Crossbones, it was very easy to keep the main scheme down. Or another reason why I never had to play I've Got a Plan, because I never needed to thwart 5 or 6 at a time. 3 was just fine, especially when I had his weapons out there. I could thwart with Rocket and just deal damage with the weapons. Easy enough. Okay, that is all the cards ranked. And you see a lot up there, is that right? That is right, okay. I guess because I just great cards. Fun to play. You have to build him out a little to really get him going. His overall score is 6.5 out of 10. It's a little lower than I was expecting, but it is what it is. Sometimes those ones and lower ones can really put it down on the lower side. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Whether you think some cards should be down or some cards should be up. What would you rank Rocket out of 10? Let me know in the comments, and for that, I will see you next time. Deuces.